Good morning, YouTube family. Kara Corey here, registered dietitian. It's breakfast time, and I'm trying to think of what I could make up to really start my day good. So I want to share with you guys this recipe because I think you'll find it very helpful. It's a super easy 4-ingredient, essentially, protein pancake, and this is relatively low in carbohydrates. So maybe you're like, girl, you need carbs. I do, and I eat plenty of carbs, but sometimes it is a nice option to, number one, start your morning with something a little bit higher in protein, higher in fat, and lower on the carb side if you are someone that finds that you struggle with those cravings. Sometimes when we eat a very high carbohydrate meal, we just continue to feel hungry because we get that spike in insulin in our blood sugar. So depending on what type of person you are and what your goals are, this is just something to play around with that macronutrient split with each of your meals. So for myself, I am entering a cut right now, so it is nice to have a couple lower carb options just so I can feel like I'm eating more but still staying within my macronutrients. So this is a good option for anyone, whether you're cutting or not. And if you're not cutting, you could take this pancake and add more carbs to it if you like. And I think it'd be great if you add in things like fruit to it, get in some berries first thing in the morning, and start your day off with lots of good nutrients. So for this recipe, it's very simple. We're gonna start with turning on the stovetop first. I'm gonna spray the pan with some non-stick cooking spray. We're gonna let the pan heat up while we mix everything in the bowl. So I'm turning on my stovetop to just a lower setting because I like to cook this nice and slow, low and slow. And I always use the Pam non-stick cooking spray. While the pan is heating up, I'm gonna start by mixing up my ingredients, and I am gonna go ahead and use a scale just to weigh out the liquid egg whites. I am gonna measure out 140 grams of egg whites. This is gonna give us a good source of protein in addition to the protein powder that we're gonna add. And for today, I'm going to be using the MTS Whey and pumpkin pie. I'm sorry, I know it's not available right now, it's out of season. This girl's basic all year round, and this is what I'm in the mood for. So I'm gonna use a half a scoop of this, but you guys could sub in any other flavor with MTS Whey. I think vanilla just tastes really good. Like, I always like a light flavored protein in my pancakes. So we're gonna do a half a scoop of this. So the protein combined with the egg whites is gonna give us a great source of protein. 16 grams. And next, to kind of keep these lower in protein, but add in just a little bit of fat. Coconut flour actually isn't super high in fat, but this is just organic coconut flour. And I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon here. I love coconut flour because I like the consistency that it makes anything you bake, whether it's pancakes, muffins, cookies. It just gives it like a fluffier consistency, and it also adds this nice sweet flavor to it. So I just added in the 1 tablespoon. If you don't have coconut flour on hand, you actually can omit this and just stick with the egg whites, the protein, and the sweetener. So that's optional, but this will change the consistency and the flavor a little bit. Last ingredient is going to be sweetener of your choice. I've been loving the Better Stevia drops. This one's in English toffee. A little bit goes a long way with these guys, so I'm just gonna add a couple little drips in there. Now we're just gonna go ahead and stir that up. You'll notice your batter is not gonna be thick like a real pancake batter, but that's okay. It still turns out like a really good pancake. I let mine cook until it's nice and toasty on the bottom side, and the flip can be a little bit messy or difficult, so if you have a bigger spatula, that definitely helps out. You just gotta commit to it. You gotta commit. Yeah, did good. Just a little splooge on the carpet. Everything's fine. Typical morning in my life. So you guys can see this pancake turns out like the size of my head, basically. So it's a nice big pancake. One of my favorite ways to enjoy this big guy is to add a little bit of coconut oil on top or coconut spread. It melts and it just really brings out all the flavors in there, the pumpkin and the coconut flour. And then if you want a little extra sweetness, just a little sprinkle of stevia or Splenda on top. It's just such a a good combination of flavors. So this always starts my day out good. Sometimes I might eat this at night too before I go to bed if I need something a little filling, craving something a little sweet. But you could definitely modify this as you need to, add anything else to it. Sky's the limit on this recipe. So I hope you guys try this one out. Super easy, and I think you're really gonna enjoy it in your diet. So be sure to get yourself some MTS Whey, link in the description box below, and tag me on the Instagrams if you guys do make this pancake and enjoy it. I usually hook you up, give you a little share, and we'll see you in the next one.